Hello everybody, so by Patreon request, today we are going to talk about IFAK pouches, what I keep in them, and what the various things are used for. Now to start with, this is not medical advice. Nothing in here is medical advice. As a matter of fact, I'm going to only tell you what a thing is for, not how to use it or how to apply it. And I will put links in the description of good resources to find that information from people that are more professionals on it than I am. I've had plenty of emergency medical training, but I am not a medical professional, so I'm not going to give that sort of advice. So with that being said, let's get down to these, and I will show you the different ones that I have on a regular basis, what's in them, and what they're for. Okay, so to start with, I have this is the cummerbund off my body armor, off my main set of body armor. Why is it not on it? Because I'm trying a different cummerbund right now, and it's not Molly. It's so I can't put this on it, which is an automatic strike for me against that particular cummerbund. But this is I think it's called a Condor Slim or Micro, but it's the mini rip-away IFAK, which we'll get to the rip-away part here in a second. If you're going to have an IFAK on your body, and it's not rip-away, I'm not really sure what you're thinking, because no matter where it's at, it's difficult to like open something up here, and then if you have it on your back like many people do, including myself, so the person that's taking care of you needs to either empty all the contents out on the ground and then roll you over on your back if that's where you need to be, or continue to roll you over on your side to you see where I'm going. So if your IFAK, if your IFAK is on your body and it's mollied into place, I would suggest figuring out a way to make that not so. Get yourself a rip-away IFAK. That way, whoever comes to take care of you, whether it's yourself or somebody else, now you're free to lay on the ground and do whatever you want. Again, this is the Condor Mini. I think it's Mini or Micro rip-away IFAK. It's basically a trauma kit in here. And yes, it's made perfectly fine. I don't care what anybody else says about Condor. This is made perfectly fine. Second one I have here is the Live the Creed LTC Responder IFAK. This is a small of the back. I mean, it doesn't have to be small of the back, but that's really where it is most useful, I think. It has a tourniquet pouch or band built into it. We'll get into how this separates from your body in a minute. That's Live the Creed Responder. And then, as you may remember from the review video on my proper bailout bag, I love this bag. I keep an IFAK in here. I keep an IFAK in every range bag that I have, and they're all about the same. Sometimes they're in the side pockets here, right? So this will be built in. But in this case, it's this M4 mag pouch from Vartaleska or something. I cannot remember or pronounce the name properly. I'll put it right here, the name. People are flying. But this is a nice one that you can just rip right out of here. You'll see all that as we get closer up. All right, so this is probably the fullest one that I have, the Condor one, because it's the one that I carry on my body armor. Now, I don't always have the belt on, so it is packed maybe a fuzz lighter than this one, but this is probably my most packed one. And we'll go ahead and rip this one off. It rips off very easy. Get rid of the cummerbund because we don't need it right now. There's that one. The Live the Creed, you reach behind you, you hit that buckle, this flies open, and all you do is pull it out. All you do is pull it out, and all your contents comes with it, with the exception of the tourniquet. But if the only tourniquet you have on you is on the small of your back, at least you can reach it with two hands, like you should be able to, but I would suggest running more than just one. So now we have 2 here, and the third one is from the proper bailout bag. So this is just a M4 mag pouch IFAK made by a company that I can't pronounce. I have the scissors in there with it. I'm not going to pull those out, but then this just pulls right out and all of the contents can come with it. All right, so here are the three different IFAKs: Condor, Live the Creed, and company I can't pronounce. Let's set these off to the side and go through this one really quickly. Unzips, and here is all of my stuff. I have some medical tape, 2 vented chest seals, a combat casualty card, which I guess I'll get that out, which is something you fill out in case you've given aid to somebody, and then like emergency services would get this with them once they got them from me. Some scissors, some rolled gauze, some quick clot. This is the granular sponge. Compression bandage or Israeli bandage. This is the 6-inch. Here's another Israeli bandage, but it's not, doesn't have the hook on it, doesn't have the handle on it. It's just the wrap, so it doesn't take up much room, and it's nice to use to keep like gauze on the body, things like that. A catheter or needle decompression. A Sharpie to either write on the tourniquet that you're using, write on the person if you don't have a combat casualty card, or write on the combat casualty card. And when I say write on, I mean like if you know their blood type, what you did, what time you did something to them, and things like that. Then in here is some, what is this, 4x4 gauze, and a nasopharyngeal tube with down in here is the lube. And of course, if you don't have any lube, their blood will do just fine. Some of the stuff is probably very obvious to you, gauze being what they are, to cover and protect wounds. This is the open airways, in case this goes down the nose, by the way. But yeah, this goes down the nose into the throat. Compression bandage. This is something to help stop bleeding, to protect wounds. It can be used as a tourniquet in a pinch. There's a lot of good information out there on that. Scissors are scissors. You get rid of clothing that way. Needle decompression. There are 3 places on the body, and this is to let air out of the chest cavity because you have a punctured lung or something like that. And the air in the chest cavity is collapsing the lung. So there are 3 places on the body. Not going to get into where they are. We put this in, air will leak out and help to decompress your chest and allow your lung to inflate. Quick clot. We all know what quick clot is. You put this in your bullet wound or hole of whatever sort it is, and it will clot the blood. Rolled gauze. This is rolled gauze, tape to hold things together, and vented chest seal, entry and exit wound of, say, a gunshot, and you have air and stuff and whatnot in your chest. This works as a valve, so to speak. So you put one on the front, one on the back, and it allows you to get air in and expel air out. So it allows you to vent air from your cavity, so for something like a gunshot wound, because it has a valve, sort of a flutter valve built into it that allows the air to escape, and once you breathe in, it closes and allows other blood and pus and matter to escape as well. But this will seal up your chest and back. Now, if you notice, when I took it all out of there, some of the first things I could get to were things like this. This is a very fast thing. Things like this. I did not have this on top because you're probably not going to use this anyway, but it's not going to be emergency. It's not going to be something that you use right away. You're going to use things like this and things like this and things like this right away in an emergency. And then the gauze. This was right on top, rolled gauze in an emergency. Then very next one down was this. I had this on the side, here. That's basically on top. I can get that out right away. So the emergency use things I'm able to get to immediately, and then things that, like last minute, I'm going to fill this out last. So that was buried in the flap. This is buried in the flap. I might not even use this. This is an extra bandage. Things like that can be buried deeper into your IFAK. So moving on to the Live the Creed. Again, this was in the belt, and it just pulls right out. And much of the same things are in here. I'm not going to unpack this. It's not the easiest thing to pack up, as you can probably imagine. But here's my Israeli bandage right on top. Right under there, some gauze, some quick clot, chest seals. And the thing about something like this is the way you pack it is you're going to rip everything out anyway. You see needle decompression right there. There's a marker in here somewhere. But this has all the same stuff except for an NPA. There's not an NPA in this. Otherwise, it has a little bit of gauze. It has the Israeli bandage, quick clot, chest seals. Again, this all just comes out at once. You're not going to pick through it like you would. The things in here aren't buried like they are in here. You know, this stuff, you open it up and there's layers. This is just, you push it all out at once and you're digging through stuff. Now the M4 mag pouch, IFAK, Sarma, made in Estonia. So much of the same stuff. Chest seals right on top, NPA, quick clot, Israeli bandage. This is pretty minimal. I could add a needle decompression to it, which I would just slip right into here, and a marker if needed, which again would just slip into the other side. And that is how I have this one packed. This is in a range bag, so I'm, you know, if I need to use this, it's going to be quickly. It's going to be while 911 is being called and things like that. So something I should have covered at the very beginning is, what does IFAK mean? IFAK is individual first aid kit, or individualized first aid kit. And I think there's one other word for it, but it's individual first aid kit. As you can see, I pack them less for first aid, more for trauma, gunshot wound and bleeder kits. I wear this again on my back here. Some people may ask why, because number one, it's common placement. That's where people look for them at. And number two, because I pack it for somebody else to use on me back here, not for me to self-administer. In my body armor, I have things in other places, in my Joey pouch, in admin pouches and things like that, that I have things that I would self-administer, but I'm not going to self-administer chest seals, if you get what I'm saying. There's probably a decent chance I'm not going to administer quick clot, although I might. But tourniquets, notice there's no tourniquets in here, because I look at those more as a self-administer thing. And again, like I can reach this tourniquet You can buy Velcro in tourniquet holders that you can put with this. Of course, in your pockets, in your shoulder pockets, in your lower leg pockets, things like that. Many people will carry 4 tourniquets in those, and in various places on your body armor, so you can either reach it with both hands or one on each side to reach it with those hands. That's what I'm going to say about tourniquets. The 3 tourniquets that I use are North American Rescue, our RATS tourniquet. Yes, RATS is a viable tourniquet, no matter what the internet tries to tell you. And Recon Medical. Recon Medical makes a good tourniquet. Of course, North American Rescue, everybody knows who they are. RATS, they're good. What can I say? And there's a bunch of Chinese ones out there that are like, you can buy them for like a few dollars a piece. I would stay away from those. Their windlass seems to be weak. Some of their stitching seems to be weak. Things like that. So I would steer clear of those if possible. So that's it. That's what I have to show about the IFAKs that I carry, why I carry the individual pieces, what they're basically used for. I can't wait for the internet operators to come along and be like, you didn't explain this right. And yes, I did. I may not have explained it completely, but like I said, this is not medical advice. Go get training, medical training. Go get literature. Go do all the things that I've done to get the medical training that I've gotten, and get that education for yourself. I'm not here to give you that education. So that's all I got for you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below, thumbs up, share it, share videos, share my videos, share everybody's videos. That's the only way that as gun channels we can beat the YouTube algorithm. The YouTube algorithm is specifically designed to keep channels like ours down, and they've been doing it to me for almost a decade. So share, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit up Patreon if you want to support the channel, and of course all the other social media links down below. We'll talk to you later.